Hey everyone, welcome to the Farm and Pastor's Wife. Today I am cooking up something else that I'm going to can up, but I'm going to give you the stovetop recipe in the description so you can make it. Today we're making up Sloppy Joe mix that I'm going to can, and we may eat a sandwich before the day is over. So don't go anywhere. If you're new, my name is Leslie. I am the Farm and Pastor's Wife, and I am tickled pink to have you in my kitchen. So during the intro is a great time to hit subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and also share my videos. I would greatly appreciate it. So we're going to get started on this Sloppy Joe mix. Judah's here. He'll probably eat a Sloppy Joe before the day is over. And so we're going to get this going. So during the intro, hit subscribe, please.
Hey, darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey, darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city, let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special report and confession from the Farming Pastor's Wife. Okay, in the videos y'all are about to see, or that you've actually already started seeing, I mentioned that I would be canning up the Sloppy Joe mix. And that was my full intention the whole entire time. It was absolutely my plan to use some jars and can them up. But after I got it made, Isaac came in and ate a sandwich. I ate the taste test sandwich. Bryant was dipping in all the time. And then I knew Caroline and Jamie, that was going to be their supper, and the boys their supper that night. So I was probably only going to end up with 3 or 4 pints of the mix left after everyone ate. Isaac got some to take home. Caroline, her meal. It was just not going to be worth pulling out the canner. So we just made a stovetop Sloppy Joe. I sent it all to Caroline's house after, our lunches and stuff. And I also sent her a freezer bag, and I thought it would just be much simpler for her just to let it cool, then put the leftovers in a freezer bag, and then all she has to do is pull it out and thaw it. So anyway, in this video, you're going to hear me talking about canning it, but please know that was my intention, but that is not what actually took place. So, all right, back to the video. Okay, everybody, so I am doubling the batch, so I am putting extra stuff in it. Now, this recipe inspiration has come from the Pioneer Woman. It's going to look very much like hers because from what I understand across the board, hers is the best homemade Sloppy Joe mix ever. So I personally, as a young mother, as I was, even to this day, when I fix Sloppy Joes, I usually use either Manwich or Aldi's off-brand of Sloppy Joe mix. So we are going to make homemade. It is, like I said, inspiration birthed from Pioneer Woman, Ree Drummond, but I am going to tweak it to my family's taste. So I will share in the description the way I'm tweaking it, and if you would like her full recipe, just search out the Pioneer Woman Sloppy Joe recipe and you will find it anywhere on Google. So let's get started. In here I have approximately 5 pounds of hamburger browned. I've already browned it. When I say approximately, we had a Memorial Day cookout last night, and Bryant made baked beans, and he used some of my hamburger meat in his baked beans. So they were super delicious. So I'm glad he did. But I'm not exactly sure how much is in here, but it started out being about 5 pounds. So to that, I'm going to add 1 whole onion chopped. And I will have the recipe in my description. So my amounts in the description will look differently because I am enlarging the recipe here for purposes of canning it up. I want Caroline to have some ready-made meals. She works late and then she has to go get the boys from daycare. So it's better for her to have something she can open up really quick to fix the boys on occasion when she's super tired. So, and for me, and Isaac could use some jars of this on his shelf to just open up and he don't have to worry about cooking. So that was 2 green peppers, 1 onion going in. So let's go ahead and put our seasoning in. I'm going in with 2 teaspoons of ground mustard. And I'm going in with 2 teaspoons of ground chili powder. And I'm actually going a little light on that because I'm not sure how much I want in that. So, also I have 3 cups of ketchup going in here. And that basically was about all I could get out of hang on, I'll tell you how many ounces my jug was. It was just about all I could get out of the bottle I bought. And I'll tell you exactly. I mean, I have just a squirt left, and that's only because it settled back down. It was 38 ounces, so just buy 38. Well, for you, if you're using just making 1 batch, it would be half of a 38 ounce bottle. All right, so I'm giving this a stir, and I'm gonna turn my burner on. And like I said, it's gonna need a little more liquid, but we're just gonna get this going. I'm also gonna put in some brown sugar. I'm going in with, let's go in with 4 tablespoons. Let's see. I have a tablespoon. Let's go in with 4 tablespoons of brown sugar to start with. And I'm actually going to run a little water in my ketchup jar and put a little more in here. I think it needs a little more liquid. I may have had actually more than 5 pounds in there. So that's 4 things of brown sugar. So, all right, I'm going to put a little water in here just to clean out the bottom of the jug, and I'll bring you back in just a minute. Okay, guys, so my burger was cold. I browned it yesterday and refrigerated it, so it had chilled, so it will soften up and loosen up as it cooks and simmers a little bit. All I'm really trying to do now is to soften the green peppers and the onions. So I may add a little more ketchup here and there, but I ended up adding about 1/4 of a cup of water and cleaning out the rest of the ketchup. So we may add a little bit more if we need to, but the hamburger will soften. And you could also saute your onions and peppers prior to putting them in. The ideal thing would have been to cook the onions and peppers with the hamburger. That would have been the most ideal situation. So I'm just actually going to give the burger a taste to see if I need to add any more brown sugar or anything. So grab a spoon, and I'm just tasting the burger portion. No, that's perfect. Plenty sweet. I do think I'm going to add a little salt. This is my Redmond real salt. It's become my salt of choice here recently. And I do think I'm going to add another teaspoon of the chili powder, believe it or not. This was the ingredient I was like, I don't know about. But I'm going to add another whole teaspoon. So that was basically 3 teaspoons going in. All right, I'm going to turn my burner down on simmer and just watch it to make sure it doesn't scorch or anything on the bottom. And I'm just going to let the peppers soften. I'm going to put a lid on it. I just want the peppers and onions to get nice and soft so there's no crunch. Now, because I'm canning it, that will take care of that. But if we eat a sandwich now, they'll have a little crunch to it. So that's why I'm softening it. I'm going to turn my burner down. All right, I'm going to bring Judah in here. He's outside playing. And see what he's up to before he gets wet because it's raining. So I'll see you guys in just a little bit. Okay, everybody, let's give this Sloppy Joe mix a try. I will tell you, I did taste it, and I thought it was just a teeny bit too sweet. So I would cut back on the sugar a little bit. I will list exactly what I did, but I probably would not put quite as many tablespoons of brown sugar. But I did, however, add about a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce to kind of cut the sweetness, and I believe that helped quite a bit. So here's my sandwich. Isaac has already eaten it. He wouldn't let me film because he had just come from the chicken house and he was all dirty and stinky, but he thought it was delicious, and Bryant loved it. So let's give this a try. I'm trying to oh yeah. That is delicious. Still, I think just a little bit too sweet. So, don't add as much brown sugar. Maybe half of what I added. Because the ketchup is sweet enough. Now, I did change my mind. And although that made a lot, I don't think it really made enough to can, or that I want to can. I got a fly in here. It's driving me nuts. But, so I'm not going to can it up. I'm going to send that to Caroline, divide it up. Well, give Isaac some, send the rest to Caroline. And because Bryant and I are going out with the church tonight. So, this is so good. That's a winner chicken dinner right there. So good. Great Sloppy Joe mix. Alright guys. There you have it. Thank you for watching The Farming Pastor's Wife. I appreciate you all so very much. Remember, if the grease is hot enough, you can fry anything. Bye y'all. Now I gotta clean up the kitchen.